What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Let's take some time to talk about Terra Luna Classic in this video. And I want to specifically talk about moving to 0.0002 or 2% of a penny. We were up there, we were up to almost 3% of a penny when we were in December. December looked amazing and it showed us that little glimpse of exactly where Terra Luna Classic can go, where it can be, how strong it can move, and how fast it can move. And it showed us all the reasons as to why we love this position because it skyrocketed for a number of days, bringing a lot of attention, a lot of talk, a lot of conversations that were happening, and a lot of videos, honestly. People that haven't talked about Terra Luna Classic in a very long time, while I've been talking about Terra Luna Classic pretty much at least twice a month, I would say. I looked back and I was like, twice a month is how long I've been talking about Terra Luna Classic. And then there's some days where I talked about it multiple times, depending on how much news came out. But if there's no news, there's not much you can really say besides, hey, this is when I see Terra Luna Classic getting to this price, or this is when others predict exactly where this is getting. So I was trying to put out as much information as possible, but I would post on Twitter about it quite a bit, quite frequently. And other people just came out of nowhere and started talking about it again because it had a lot of hype. Well, right now, we're seeing Terra Luna Classic at a level where it may be looking like it's breaking out a little bit, right? Now, everything in the market is coming back as of this last hour and starting to push things into the negative for the last 24 hours based on the 24-hour cutoff. Sorry, my forehead itches. But let's talk about the 5 reasons why Terra Luna Classic price will hit 0.0002 or 2% of a penny. Now, this comes from CoinGape.com. So this is an article where it breaks that down. And I'll talk about if I do agree on it and give my opinion also as I go throughout it and also summarize it at the end. So if you could, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, those links are in the description. Now, if you guys want to get yourself a Terra Luna Classic t-shirt, I should have mine coming any day now, and I can't wait for it to come here so I can wear it during these videos because it would be great to have. If you guys want to get yourself one, I have the link to my store down below. Very simple, just has the Terra Luna Classic logo. And if we want to put more stuff on different shirts, we can. We have the ability to do that. So let me know if you got a design in mind, but we'll release some sparingly, but definitely check that out. Also, if you guys want to trade on Margex, feel free to look at my Margex link down below. Honestly, it's a really good platform where you can trade up to 100x leverage. So definitely take a look at that. Now, we're going to get into this article where it's 5 reasons why Terra Luna Classic price will hit 0.0002. Now, I believe it definitely will hit that level. I'm one of those people that states that I believe it can get to a $50 billion market cap, $50 or $60 billion market cap, and see this at a level of 1 cent, which some people believe 1 cent is like trillions of dollars for some reason. And I'm telling them, look, $50 billion or $60 billion is the level of 1 cent. So we can approach these levels very quickly. 2% of a penny is sitting at, roughly $1 billion or so, maybe a little bit above that, but you're looking at the $1 billion mark. As you get to 6% of a penny and you drop that next zero, then you start looking at $5 or $6 billion overall. So honestly, you have a lot of room to grow while it's sitting at less than a billion dollars right now. But if we looked at the reasons why, the first reason would be because of Binance burns. Now, we know Binance has their burns that they're doing, and this has been confirmed that they are going to do it for 2024. They haven't stated that they are not going to do it, and we saw the burns from January volume, so that confirmed that we are seeing those burns. So every month we have burns that are coming through, whether it's 2.1 or 3.5 or 3.9 or 6 billion coins are going to be burned off. We see a massive amount that's burned off. Is that still only like a drop in the bucket? I would say it's more like turning the faucet on and turning it off right away, right? It's not a drop, but it's definitely a good amount of water into that bucket. So don't think that it's just a small drop. The burns that we're seeing in Shiba Inu, that's a small drop compared to the overall amount. At least in this, we're burning 1% of the overall supply. Not saying every time, but throughout this time we have burned that much, and we still have the ability to burn a lot more if we get exchanges on board, but it all depends. But Binance burns are a big deal, a huge deal in this in Terra Luna Classic running to these levels, and I believe that we'll see that once we have the first come up, we'll have more burns. Will it be as aggressive as the previous month? I mean, we haven't really seen a crazy amount of volume. The last couple of days have been pretty interesting, but before that, we haven't really seen too much volume. It's like, tens of millions. Now we're finally seeing like hundreds of millions or so. The next thing would be proposals passed by the Terra Luna Classic community. We have a bunch of proposals that are being passed, not including mine because mine has not been passed. But you're looking at Terra Luna Classic proposals that are being passed that are going to improve the community to where you could see, 90%, 99%, or majority of the community looking to vote on these proposals. And I would say it's less of the community, less of the delegates, and more of, the validators that are doing that. But we're still seeing the voting percentages, the voting turnout by the community. Also, short liquidations within a number of days. I guess a bunch of shorts were liquidated this week, meaning that we could see the price overall rise. When you have shorts that are liquidated, the price rise because they buy it back, right? We're buying as well as the shorts now buying back because of the fact that they got liquidated. So you'll see that continue to add up as you see maybe more shorts where people don't believe in this position. I think you will see the skyrocket based on that as well. Then you have Lunix staking rising above 1 trillion, which is fantastic. The more that stake, the more consistency, the more growth that you will see, right? The pattern looks like this and it starts to increase up, right? Rather than it decreasing down. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. So with staking and more and more staking, people are receiving rewards. They have the consistency, and it's just going to look good overall. And then you have the last thing, which I don't know where the last thing was because I think I skipped one. You have Lunic breakout above the downslope trend. So you see how this downslope trend and how we are seeing that breakout. We could potentially see this, W formation and how this can completely break out here. You see how it has been breaking out of the it's now has been like decreasing a little bit, but you see how it has broken that level, that trend line, the trending level of support, and how that's a descending level of support, and it's breaking out from that downslope trend line there, which is really, really good. It shows that you're going to have consistent movement up, and now you're going to start climbing from where it was. While it showed us a glimpse of what that is, we needed a full recovery, we needed a full retracement, and then once we saw that bottom of that retracement, now we can start to pick up, which is essentially above the previous level, right? The other high levels, as it got down to this 1% of a penny, or a little bit lower than that, right? Instead of 1% of a penny, it could be 0.9% of a penny at that point. But currently we're seeing this at, again, 0.1% of a penny, 0.13 or 0.12. I don't really have the price up right now. I just wanted to go through this. But my overall opinion of this is the fact that, yeah, all of these things will have a major factor in why it gets to 0.0002, 2% of a penny. But we know for a fact that it can go a lot further than just 0.0002, which honestly would still be a decent sized growth for a lot of people compared to like the stock market where you get an average of 10%. If you can get 50% and 100% from this, that's fantastic. But majority of people in the Terra Luna Class community are looking for a lot more than that and understand the growth potential and the popularity behind it and how it can push a lot further. So let me know your opinion on this. Getting to that level of 0.002 and the journey, how long the journey will be to get to a level of 1 cent or a $60 billion market cap. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Make sure you guys check out any of the links that are down below, as well as my MargX link. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.